So lovely to be with you all. Let me see your beautiful faces here. Yeah. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to speak today about was about how this Kundalini energy, it often is a very fiery energy, as we all know. And this energy tends to flow up the spine and kind of knock us out of our body, knock us out of our uh, sense of humanity and being embodied. And it can really wreak a lot of havoc, to our body if our soul is kind of getting blasted out and our consciousness is getting blasted out. And, this can lead to all kinds of imbalances within the system, with hormones or adrenals and anxiety, fear, panic, all that kind of stuff. Most of us have been through some cycle of being completely and totally overwhelmed by this massive force of grace. Now, to counteract that, I'm going to invite us to work in a new way. And we're going to be working in a different dimension today. This is something I haven't really taught before, but it's going to help us get more grounded and more embodied. And, this will lead to a greater improvement in our health and our immune system and just our body functioning in a normal, healthy way. And so two things that I want to do is I think it's best maybe if we open to these energies in a state of meditation. And so let's do this. Let's all close our eyes. And we can begin by taking some deep breaths. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. And I'm going to invite us all to meet in the second chakra, the hara. And so inviting awareness to descend out of the head and to awaken down in the hara. And for many of you, when I look around the room, I can see kind of the Kundalini energy flowing up the spine and causing the body to dance and have kriyas and this and that. And that's okay. That's fully welcome. The Kundalini is going to continue to flow. But I'm going to invite you just to feel to the lower belly, the hara, just to breathe here and just see if you can step into, this space of power. And for some of you, it may feel almost like a density, like the hara is one of the more dense chakra centers. And so we're feeling into the hara. And for some of us, there might be fear here, there might be imbalance here. That's okay. Let's just breathe and just gently opening and meeting it with a sense of love. And as we're breathing in and breathing out, I'm going to invite us to connect again with a different dimensional nature of our being. And so as you feel like the bottom end of the hara, I invite you to feel this cord that comes down, that descends out of the hara, almost like a power cord, because that's what it is. And seeing it descending deep into the earth. And at the end of that cord is a giant crystal. This crystal is both an aspect of your soul and an aspect of the earth, whereas we unify on the earth plane. And we're just breathing in and breathing out. I'm inviting you just to feel, again, down deep into the earth, feeling this cord connecting to this massive crystal. And this crystal as an immense reservoir of power. Now, for some of you, when the Kundalini has gotten so intense, sometimes this cord can get broke, it can get a little severed, can feel untethered. And again, we're just working with a sense of healing imagery, inviting that cord to be reconnected. And it can feel almost like you're connected to a mountain in the earth, because these crystals are so dense with light, with energy, with presence. And as you replug into repair, heal, and you can ask some of the healing guides or angels to come forward, some of the earthly devas to come forward and to begin to heal this connection. For many of you, you might notice your legs and your feet lighting up and this sense of empowerment. It really begins to balance out, all this rushing Kundalini energy that tends to flow up the spine and, blast us into astral dimensions. But right now we're focusing on this earthly connection. Your unique crystalline nature in the earth. And as you plug into that, just gently envisioning your body being recharged with a sense of power. As we're just inviting this energy to flow up from the earth through this energetic core, plugging into our hara, almost like turning on. Many of you have seen, one of these torres. It's like your chakra. It's just like flowing with this everlasting, ever-present energy, reinvigorating the body and having a sense, almost like I'm back online, reconnected to my power, my truth, my life purpose. Because again, when Kundalini comes, sometimes we're not sure what our life purpose is. We're just trying to hold on for dear life. And this energy of the hara, like a torrid, and being deeply connected to our crystalline nature in the earth, helping us feel regrounded. And you may notice it's like an energy that's similar like when we were teenagers, just have all this energy, all this power. Our hips, our pelvis, our feet, our legs, our quads, just all this strength. It might even flow up into the third chakra center, the solar plexus, filling the whole belly with this sense of strength. So breathing in and breathing out, welcoming this strength, welcoming the re-establishment of this strength. You may even feel like we are immensely grounded and rooted, re-rooted in the earth, reconnected more fully to our body. So breathing and feeling, opening, and just keeping all of your awareness from the solar plexus down. Feeling in the earth, this massive crystal, this light, this radiance, flowing up into the body, deeply supporting you. The sense of mega strength, mega empowerment, very healing. If any of you have any other struggles beyond Kundalini, like Lyme disease or Epstein-Barr or chemical sensitivity, all that kind of stuff, start to get rebalanced in our strength. Starting to see almost these waves of harmony flowing out from the hara, the root, solar plexus, flowing up more fully into the space of the heart, bringing forth harmony, harmony, harmony for our body. You can even get a glimpse again of what your life purpose is, your life work, your mission here on planet Earth, your divine sense of presence, and your divine sense of your to-do list, like your mission. And with being reconnected more fully, the hara coming online, more fully connected to your crystalline nature and the earth, there comes online this greater sense of hope and hopefulness that, of course, I can heal. Of course, I can continue to awaken. Of course, I can go forward and live the truth of my life. And so really feeling that and letting that crystallize in the first three chakra centers, this real sense of empowerment. And again, the legs, the feet, the hips, the belly may heat up, or you may feel it's like a cool wind of grace and empowerment just flowing through these centers. And we are choosing, actively choosing to repair this cord and to keep this cord connected to our power forever, 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 forever. Finding this cord to be deeply connected to a great sense of strength. Great sense of strength. Okay, and so I want you to keep rooted there. And then simultaneously, we're going to call upon more support, and that's going to require that we all bring some level of conscious awareness into our left foot, our left leg, our left foot. Out of the bottom of the left foot, I want you to see a cord, another cord. This one looks like a tube. And this tube is going down into the earth, and it's connected to your birth town, the space, the area in which you were born. This one doesn't go as deep as the crystalline core, but it just connects down to the environment, the space where you were born, like that area of your hometown. You feel into wherever that is, that's true. And I invite you to see at the end of that tube is a little orb of light. Little orb of light. And up through this orb of light, through this tube, is flowing a sense of nutrient and support from the earth, more like physical nutrients, physical support. So the secondary cord here that's coming out of the left foot is the vivaxis. Vivaxis. So we're inviting earthly light, earthly nutrients. You can see almost like rainbow flowing, iridescent lights just flowing up through this orb, through the tube. And for some of you, this tube, if you've struggled with health and health issues, this tube may be obstructed, it may be kinked, it may be beat up or damaged. And we're seeing this tube in this whole center, one being cleared, two being healed, and three being brought back to its natural state. And so up through the earth, through this orb, through this tube, flowing into the bottom of the left foot, up the left leg, into the left hip, coming up, coming across the torso to your right shoulder, and flowing up, bringing forth almost like a rainbow color of lights, flowing, healing, flowing around the space of the mind and the crown, flowing back down again, coming down the back to the left shoulder and the back side, and then flowing across the heart again, crisscrossing over to the right hip, healing all throughout the body. Coming down the right leg. And then this energy, almost like flowing back down into the earth. And again, coming up the left foot again, bringing forth healing light, bringing forth harmony, bringing forth a sense of being balanced, recharged, renewed, and flowing up the left leg into the left hip, flowing across the torso to the right shoulder, spiraling upward. Bringing balance to the space of the mind, any of the chakra centers that have kind of gotten overwhelmed by Kundalini, bringing forth a sense of nourishment as it flows downward to the right shoulder, flowing down across the right, crossing the heart, flowing into the right hip, going down the right foot, the right leg, right foot down into the earth, creating this cycle of healing and nourishment. Seeing the body being deeply grounded and empowered. This connection to our crystal in the earth. And having this feeling of the body, the battery, the energetic system of the body being fully recharged, replenished, renourished. And again, some of you may have some kinks in the vibe axis. We're just inviting those kinks to be cleared, to be reconnected. Some of us have some trauma about the town, the hospital, the area we were born in, and we're inviting it all to be healed. Inviting healing devas to come forward and to help, to support, some healing angels, your guides, come forward, healing and repairing the vibe axis. So this energy can again flow up the bottom of the left foot into the left leg, and coming into the left hip, flowing across the chest, crossing the heart, going into the right shoulder, and including healing the space of the mind, bringing balance through all the chakra centers. Going down to the left shoulder, flowing across the right to the right hip, and down into the earth. And just noticing a greater sense of harmony, greater sense of energy, being energized, but energized in a balanced way. Because sometimes Kundalini is very imbalancing with all this energy flowing up the spine. It can create a great sense of being out of body. But right now, we're getting a greater sense of being fully embodied, that it is safe to be in your body. It is safe to be in human form. It is safe to be connected to the earth. In fact, it's nourishing, deeply nourishing. And so continuing to invite this flow of energy from the vibe axis, continuing to gently heal and let go. And for some of you, you may have to actively forgive. You have birth trauma or trauma with your parents or caregivers, trauma around our incarnation. Forgive that environment, those people who did harm us or confuse us or overwhelm us. So we want to have a healthy flow of energy through the vibe axis. We want to have a healthy connection to our crystal nature in the earth. And sometimes when there's trauma there, we avoid these centers. We kind of cut and run. And then we become untethered, unsupported. And I'm inviting us all to get plugged back into the earth, get plugged back into our power, plugged back into healing, nourishing energies for our physical body, for our physical mind, our physical emotional nature, to heal and nourish our humanity. So with each and every breath, breathing, feeling, welcoming a greater sense earthly support. Sometimes if we've had surgeries, if we've had anesthesia and these types of things, sometimes we go out and we don't fully come back into our body. So just seeing if any of that's you, we're choosing to come back into our body and coming back into the earth, knowing in a non-dual sense that our body is the earth. Subtle energetics, our body is not separate from the earth. So feeling all this power in the earthly plane, the root chakra, the hara, solar plexus, this energy coming up more fully into the space of the heart, to the space of the throat chakra, clearing out any denseness, any congestion, clearing out the mind. Sometimes the mind has all kinds of thoughts, anxiety thoughts, fearful thoughts, clearing all that out, knowing and trusting that while we are living in form, that our life is here on planet Earth. Inviting greater sense of balancing between the human body, the subtle energetic body, and all this Kundalini Shakti that's awoke in each of us. Inviting these cores flowing deep into the earth, bringing balance, bringing support, bringing healing, bringing nourishment, bringing a greater sense of quiet, noble sanity. As we breathe in and breathe out, feeling, opening to a greater sense of nourishment, a greater sense of support, a greater sense of balance, a balance. And so as we continue to breathe and feel, we're inviting these connections, with our crystal, with the five axis, with the earth, to be rooted always, not just when we're meditating, but always, always, in every moment of our life. And so setting that as an intention, there's always going to be a very healthy aspect of our consciousness in the earth, receiving from the earth, being nourished by the earth, being supported by the earth. Breathing, feeling, anchoring. In the most beautiful way, seeing your consciousness anchored more fully in the earth and being supported here, being nourished here, being empowered here. Okay. And with that, you can gently open your eyes when you're ready. And then throughout the week, I'm going to invite you just to check in. Just noticing, do I feel connected to my crystalline nature deep in the earth? And simultaneously, we're asking, is my five axis, is it clear? Is it open? Is it receiving nutrients and support from the earth? The healing energies of the earth, the empowerment of the earth. So we have an earthly body. We want this body working well. We want it working well. We want it to be supported. Because, all of us have struggled with some level of, I hate this term, but I'll use it, Kundalini syndrome, where the body's been overwhelmed and it's thrown us into imbalanced states of fear, or panic, or paranoia, or psychosis, or just overall energetic intensity that has made our immune system a little bit off, or we're hypersensitive to light and sound and smells and all that kind of stuff. And our true purpose is for all of us to be healers, to be light beings, to be spiritual warriors here on planet Earth. And in order for that to be the case, we need to be connected to power. We need to be connected to our power. And sometimes this energy of Kundalini, it just sends us, up and out, and we get too untethered from the earth, too disconnected, too ungrounded. And, then our body starts breaking down because our full consciousness isn't in our body, and it can lead to all this health stuff, health disorders and chemical sensitivities. It can be, a real, real disaster. We can be one of these, spiritual train wrecks. We need to plug back in, if that's us. And so I'm going to encourage you to continue to play with this practice and to really have, energy mastery over the subtle energetic body. And for some of you, if this is new and if it sounds a little crazy and wild or bizarre, I can admit, like, all the time I'm learning about new things, new connections, about, how multidimensional our nature is. And sometimes when there's something that's really off in one of the dimensions, it can really, screw things up in the earthly dimension. And so, the big part of Kundalini awakening and spiritual awakening is for us to be operating in a healthy way on multiple planes of being. Multiple planes of being. And so all of this, we're going to explore together as a Sangha more and more. And so again, I hope you will be excited as I am just about being an explorer of consciousness. As together we learn about these other dimensions of being to create a greater sense of healing so we can be more empowered here, so we can live out our earthly mission with power. And so